Are you fixing up an old Volkswagen and wondering why the same part costs either $80 or $125? Well, you're not alone. We're going through the same thing. Most aftermarket parts suppliers offer a choice in price, and sometimes that price difference can be considerable. Case in point, these are what's most commonly called a Napoleon hat. It's a piece of the chassis up towards the front bulkhead, and they're commonly replaced due to rust. These look to be the same, but in this video, I'm going to point out 6 huge differences. Now, I'm just using these as an example, but these differences are pretty consistent across the entire realm of aftermarket parts. Now, just by holding them up, I already feel a significant difference. This one weighs 2 pounds, 9 ounces. This one, exactly 4 pounds. A big difference. Now, I scraped the paint off of this black one to show you the difference in the thickness of the steel used. The black one is nearly half the thickness of the silver one. Now let's take a look at the surface where the pans or the floor gets welded onto these. On this one, you can see it's nice and wide and consistent over the whole length. This one, well, there's about 3/16 of an inch to weld to here. Virtually nothing here. There's maybe 1/8 of an inch. And then down here it goes out to maybe 3/8 of an inch. So very, very inconsistent. And that's just this side. The other sides are just as bad. Now let's take a look on the underside. Down here at the ends, there's a place where bolts pass through. You see this one is really nice thick gauge steel, welded on very securely. It doesn't move at all. This one, again, thinner steel, and there's only just one little spot weld holding it on, and it doesn't do a very good job of it. The upper surface, where the body sits down on it, is formed differently too. This one is nicely squared off here, and the thickness is consistent from the top to the bottom. This less expensive one is much more rounded at the top, and then it tapers out towards the bottom. Now let's take a look at the press stamping itself. On this one, the edges are nice and smooth and consistent. There are some scratches from the press, but pretty minuscule. This one is a bit of a mess. You can see up here, look at these, can you see that? All these ripples in this stamping, that is horrible. And then look at all these scratches, and these are deep. Those are very deep scratches from the pressing. Then the edges down here are very inconsistent, just not straight at all. Here where the holes are, I don't know if you can see it in the video, but this is raised. These surfaces are raised on here. It would take some work to get this into presentable condition. Now, these two parts are, of course, intended to do the same thing. Provide support for the floor, support for the front bulkhead of the body. It even is intended to mount the master cylinder, brake master cylinder on here. But as you can see, there is a big, big difference in quality. This one sells for $80. We got it on sale for $65. And this one is $125. Now, is this cheap one worth buying? Well, that all depends on your build and your budget. If you're just trying to get some clapped out Beetle back on the road again, you're not concerned about aesthetics or strength, this will work just fine. You'll need to do a little bit of beating and banging to get it into shape before you put it on, but yeah, it'll work. Now, if you're doing a quality restoration, or you just don't want to go through the hassle of making a poor quality part work, I would recommend going with the more expensive one. In our application, we're going to be fabricating a new, much thicker front bulkhead, and they'll be actually welded on to this support. So this cheap one would never work for us. Now, this is just one example of the problem we have purchasing parts online. We're forced to put a lot of trust in those mostly terrible photos they have on their websites. Now, if the company I bought this one from had some realistic photos on their website that showed all of this and all of this mess, I never would have bought this. So, buyer beware. And if a price is lower on one than the other, you quite often get what you pay for. As always, if you like this video, please hit that like button, and we hope you consider subscribing to our channel. Thanks for watching.